How's it going, Team Stone? This is your 102nd favorite author, and here I am with another fucking video. Now, I know some of you probably seen that damn bizarre ass post and wondering, what is this crazy author thinking again? Like, he is always whining and complaining about something, and here we go again. Oh, let me wag my finger. Okay, so let me explain my post. Okay, I wrote that on, if you actually see that, I wrote that book 20 was a target number. My original sort of target number of books maximized at 20, and then that'll be it. But man, that was 2 years ago, maybe even a year and a half ago that I decided that. I don't even know, but I started the series 2 years ago, and so yeah, I put myself down a fucking rabbit hole, and now look where we at. You can look at ATS and be like, what the fuck? And then some people, man, I have to applaud new readers, new joiners, because they're probably like novel readers, to be honest, or manga readers, because this sort of number is nothing new. In fact, you know, we're currently hitting 19. What's 19? That ain't that much compared to many others. It is a lot. Let me stop fucking with you. It's a lot, but compared to, you know, the West, it is way over. Now, there are some Western series that do pump up. How many do you hear about these days? But we can't really compare ATS to a Western series, since it's all about anime in the book. But anyway, 2 years of that growth, 2 years have fucking passed, and here we are sitting at a line. And now you're thinking, should we start heading to a conclusion of the series, or what? What is this crazy fucking author going to do today? Well, I'm going to tell you that, and I'm not planning to like drag this out and then tell you at the end. I'm going to tell you that I'm dragging this shit out. No, I'm kidding. But honestly, there is no definitive answer for that. Because, hey, what if I just said, you probably, if you're an ebook reader and you've read 18 or audiobook, you've been hearing the same thing. Are we reaching the ending stretch? Are we reaching the ending stretch? Hey, there could be more meaning to that than you think. I think I've removed that and one of the probably like 18. I think I started saying that 15 or 16, and then I removed that in 18 just to be less repetitive, and also sort of make damn sure that I'm not going to run myself into a wall. But yeah, and so you probably saw me mention something of this before if you participated in the Discord, if you can remember many of the posts or things that I posted. And I mentioned the possibility of seasons. Now, that obviously is not going to be set, like, it's not set in stone, because you just never know. But it's one of the more likely scenarios to happen. Season 1, season 2, 4 seasons, something like that. I'm not going out crazy. I'm also, as I said before, have no intention of milking this series. Not that a series like this can be milked, because like ATS's fan base is like not that big, but it's growing, and it's sort of in a position where you can call ATS. ATS is a fan base, a corp. No, it's not exactly a cult following, because it's growing. It's just not like, you know, some of the authors. Many people would wince if they've been in the space for a little while and then you see like a brand new fucking author like explode. But this is not what this video is about. Like, I'm not mad at them. I don't know how many times I have to say, but like, man, don't hate the player. You know, hey. So, hey, if they're doing good, that's good for the genre. I always welcome success in this genre, because lit RPG is still a new genre. It's still sort of new, and I don't want it to fucking fail. Nobody does. So every time I see a new author, even if it's not me, if I see them succeed and explode in these fucking reviews, I'm like, all right, that's good. Keep it up, because we need as much attention to the genre. Because a lot, like a lot of people have stopped reading. You might hear Bubba be like, yeah, I haven't read a book in 20 years, like he's saying something. But it's not his fault. It's more like he just haven't found a book that interested him. And lit RPG usually rekindle those fires, bring the fires of reading back into somebody, or even bring somebody who wasn't really interested in reading into the fray, because they're reading something that's actually interesting. Some of these games these authors create in this genre are better than what we get in real life, and I want to play those, man. Shoot. And same thing with even with the VR MMOs, man. If they come out, I hope I'm alive when they come out with full immersion. Elon Musk, hurry up, man. Hey, but no, you owe us those cat girls. So we'll see. As long as they don't turn out like Cats, the movie, hey, we'll keep waiting. But yeah, come on, Elon. You know what we need. Anyway, jokes aside, yeah. So ATS's original target number was 20. And I said it's still a possibility. It could be, I could conclude with 2 major fights and then hit it with a seasonal break, take a little break from the series, and of course, I'm writing other things. The Fallen Throne series, I started a Cultivator. I only wrote like 1 chapter about Cultivator, which you can find on the Patreon, and put some more love into those. Especially the Cultivator. Cultivator needs to get out. So, and there's a lot of other ideas. Maybe I should. I don't know if I should be. I don't know. It depends. Like if ATS was sort of real, like I can't say it's not exploding growth. I think for me, I think it's doing pretty good. But if I were to take a seasonal break. It won't be that long of a seasonal break. Like even at this moment of recording, it does seem like I took a little break, but that's more of probably close to the burnout, the DP thing. It's like my body's like, nah, I'm gonna just chill for a little bit. Even though I have on the schedule of October being my chill area, so. It's a little. I'm going to figure this shit out because I can't fuck around and I gotta get 19 out. But if I can't think of nothing, I'm not going to write it. As you can probably have you read, the reason I hope you don't think it's garbage, but the reason why you don't see some lazy ass, generic garbage is because if it's garbage, I'm not going to publish it. When I have to listen through, like when I write this shit, I have to listen through it. I have to listen to it through Microsoft's bot. And so if it's boring, man, that's going to be a rough whatever time it takes to listen to that. And I'm not going through that shit, so I'm going to continue to put the best effort into my writing, period. And yes, slice of life have seen, it's kind of taken over, but don't worry, there's a reason why there's a calm before the storm. So for you impatient motherfuckers, I love you, but come on, do you want some of those books where it's fucking non-stop action? Man, those shits be boring. I'm just like, God, this is first of all, it's not realistic. This man needs to he had got barely less than 30 minutes of sleep over the course of like fucking 2 years. Really? You expect me to believe that even if it's fantasy? But another thing, urban fantasy is pretty bad at doing that non-stop action. Barely any time to get to know the characters. Do the characters have goals, aspirations? Do they have family? Whatever, and so on and so forth. You know how it is. And well, That's what I'm bringing with ATS. I'm trying to show you the world, but I'm not going to fucking take the bag and just dump all that shit on you at the same time and expect you to remember any of that. I know the character list, but that's why you have plenty of books to hopefully over time you'll start to recognize the characters and you won't forget. So maybe I'll find even a better way to do it. But another thing is the manga to help supplement that and the pictures, the art. So hopefully I can secure myself maybe a series illustrator, assuming revenue goes up, to make that happen. So that is another discussion. And just since we're here at the 10:50 mark right about now, don't forget about the Kickstarter. I'm not actually shoehorning that on anybody. So far 3 have backed, and man, you don't know how thankful I am. Even if we got a long ways to go, and even if this thing don't get funded at all, not even close, even if it gets stuck here, just thank you for being considerate, taking the time. Even if you don't have it like that and you don't donate, the fact that you even look at the page and maybe sharing it is just as big as, because maybe someone else might see a chance with this manga, and we're also going to hopefully get more help in. I'm definitely like the manga artist is actually experienced in that shit, including going to conventions, including selling and all of that. So he knows what he's doing, and so I can count on him to, if he needs assistance, he already brought one in. Yep, on his own. So if he needs even more help, I bet he'll do it. And with this Kickstarter, it will just guarantee I can finally be able to promise some sort of release date. And of course, I want the damn thing to actually look good, because I want to put it on my shelf too. Shit. And I want it to look good on my shelf, and I want it to look good on your shelf. So we're all in this shit together. I just, want to see this world brought to life. A lot of crazy shit that happens in ATS, and we haven't seen the taste of it yet. I've been slowly, because I'm not, like I said, I'm not going to dump the whole bag on you. And then what's the point of coming back to read? So anyway, possible seasons. Possible. Well, it could be 20 books per season. It could be 30, 40, 50. It all depends. But yeah. That's I could have just posted this, but no, I just felt like it's better if I just tell you in my voice, in my own voice. Also, typing this on Facebook is kind of a nightmare. I can't imagine typing 13 minutes of, who's going to read that shit? I mean, yeah, if you listen this far, you probably would, but hey, thank you for listening to that. But yeah. Possible seasons, 4, 5 seasons, and then that's Fallen Throne series, which is a part of the ATS universe. So ATS universe will have multiple series in it, and with the other books, I'll do my best to tie into Sotovia itself. Fallen Thrones sort of takes place. It takes place in the same universe. You can pretty much tell that Paradise Realm is celestial or something like it. And right now it's only 2 books in. So that's it's too early. Right now it's like cameo. I don't want it to be required reading. I'm not calling any authors out on this, so don't do that. But I just do not like the idea of required reading. I think it's messed up. You came here for the Anime Trope System series, and I'm not about to shoehorn another series and try to make you buy that. Fuck that. I just think that's messed up. You came here for one. Now, if you want to buy that alternate series and want to watch as it get closer and closer, that'll be awesome. Because these two could meet. It depends. I'll definitely see how the other series does and try to make it actually believable. But I'm not going to have any required reading and I'm not also going to call any other authors out. You know who you already know the authors who do that, but they usually do it pretty well themselves, like standalone. However, sometimes it seems like a rabbit hole they create. I'm not trying to create a rabbit hole and make some type of Avengers book out there. And I could do that. I could. But once again, I'm not looking at required reading. So both of those were standalone, and any other. Now, like, there might be one in the point of view of Clyde's Kid. But once again, you don't have to read that one. You can read it if you want, or you can continue to read if the main flagship is still going on. Continue to read Clyde's story. So, yeah. As for things like the audiobooks, I don't know how we'll do that. If the ratings have pretty much disappeared. The ratings are coming in, but the views have pretty much like vanished. And I don't know if that's a sign of the series just simply not doing that well on audio. The sales haven't really, I don't know. But that's probably a me problem. If you lose interest, I don't know. I'll probably talk to David more about that. The whole YouTube idea is still on my radar. So you've probably seen me post that a few times on the Discord, and I still stand by that. I still think, one day just getting fucking Audible out of the equation and just either kickstart the audiobook or maybe have YouTube ad revenue finally take over funding after that with a Kickstarter, whatever, how we get it started. And I'll just use all of that to just pay David up front, pay his performance hours rather than dealing with Audible. But I'd rather see if everybody would be on board with that. I'm surprised big authors, some authors may have done this, but I haven't heard much about authors using, because YouTube has requirements before you can monetize. So I guess probably the best way to monetize it is probably via donation or some other way until YouTube monetization does come on. But that's a far way off thing. That's a hypothetical, by the way. Haven't started anything, considering it. So yeah. So that's all I have to say about it. If you just have any questions on when ATS could possibly end, hey, just let me know. But as of now, I'm thinking of seasons. As for growth, it's kind of shaky. It's now we're sort of in a growth period. Right now, as of now, we're sort of in a decline, and it's steeply declined. September is a terrible month. Obviously, what you expect when you don't release anything. So, waiting on falling throne. But man, that's also another thing about being an indie author with a single series. If you don't have anything else coming in, and you run to a writer's block, you're kind of fucked. But yeah, unless you're like a really huge author at the top. But yeah, it's rough. But I'm damn sure I love writing this series, and we will figure things out as as the series progresses or concludes, what that makes sense. I know some of you have probably asked about like the wedding arc, so on and so forth. Don't worry. If the series is about to conclude, I'll definitely make sure that be a thing. But like, you already know where I'm taking the series. Like I said, seasons is looking like the possibility. There's a lot of story to tell. I just, got to make sure I can tell it. I also not to throw all of my eggs in one basket. With that being said, I'm going to conclude this video right here, and you have a good one. Peace.